Hello, hello. Okay, that's fine. I'll live. I'll work with that. Oh my god, okay. Oh, wrapped in your regret, what a waste of blood and sweat. Oh, I got a tweet still? Fuck, I was not ready at all. Guys, I swear I'm about to be real. Don't worry about me. I just have like two more posts I have to make before I can go live. Guys, I'm not late. You can't, I'm not. No, I'm still here. Guys, no, I'm not. I swear. I swear I'm here. Guys, this Red Bull is really trying its best. Boy. That mic will be a little better for me. Hey guys. Whoa, I'm alive, I'm real. I look like shit. What happened to my camera? No. Why do I look so fucking orange? Guys, I forgot that I hate streaming. I hate it all. Why is it like this? Why do I look like this? What the hell? Yeah, I know, you get nothing. Sorry, you gotta just like hold on for a sec. The entire camera decided, actually, we're gonna be orange as hell. Ew, you can see my awful, disgusting dab. Yuck. Kirby bowled me over like I was a fucking pincushion, basically. Guys, this is fine, this works, okay? I have a fuck-ass bob right now, so no one can talk about my hair. How are we all doing? Hello, welcome in. More Red Bull. Not enough Red Bull, Father. Hello, Father Day. I'm so tired. Hair, I'm so proud of you. This is insightful commentary, Father. We're back. We're back to the cool people zone. Look at the cool kids zone. Where all the cool kids hang out. This is where all the cool kids are. My chat's probably not working, huh? Huh? Yeah. Incredible. Incredible. Guys, you gotta give me like 2 more seconds. I didn't test everything. I kind of just woke up and turned on OBS and was like, done. Guys, get a vibe. Why that not come? Oh, because I made it so commands didn't show up. Test. There we go. We have a chat. I kind of remember how to do this shit. Guys, it is 5:30 a.m. for me. My only saving grace is that at least one of my roommates is gone right now at work. So we are chilling. We are big chilling, ready for Formula 1 today. Okay. Sorry, I had to go enter the Discord, make sure I was ready. Hope you're all having a fantastic day, a fantastic morning, a fantastic night, middle of the night for some people. Probably like 9 a.m. for some people. I hope we are all having a fantastic time. Father, I don't know what the hell you're saying. Wake embroidery all up. It's race day. Wake everybody up. Well, I can't. There's no one to wake up around me. So, unfortunate. I realized why I was uncomfortable. I was unable to sit like a gremlin. Guys, today is the Imola Grand Prix. Imola Grand Prix in Italy? That's kind of sick. Losing. Not only am I losing it, I'm listening to Davide Valsecchi, so I'm like double losing it. Love him. But God, is it too early to try and understand him. And he's talking to Matteo Bonito. So what happened during quali yesterday? I don't know. Then we had two big crashes. Yuki Tsunoda in Q1 and Franco Colapinto in Q2. That happened in Q2 or Q3. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't have happened at all because now Franco Colapinto has a one-place grid penalty. Also, Franco Colapinto is here, which is kind of crazy. What? Sorry, I'm looking at the dashboard timings and they're just missing a guy. We're just missing Yuki Tsunoda. Like I can't I can't add him. He's gone. There's no Yuki. Interesting. Well then, now I'm gonna leave that as it is. Ba, 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 ba. Look at that. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, so that's that. We're starting off with Piastri on pole. Did they build Yuki a car? They did. He's starting in the pit lane. He's either starting 20th or in the pit. I would assume in the pit based on how much work they probably had to do to get his car running. Ba, 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 ba. Sorry, I forgot how I like to set up my stuff. There we go. I'm so tired. Yeah. So there's that. Then Verstappen starting next to Piastri. I think that Piastri's gonna keep pole. The McLaren's just too good. I can't fight against it. And why would I? I'm an Oscar fan. I can't do it. And then Russell Norris in the second row, and then Alonso Sainz in the third row, which is a crazy Spanish duo, just like cutting the field there. So that's going to be really fun and interesting to watch for sure. Yeah. So I've been reading How to Build a Car by Adrian Newey. I got it as a gift from my old high school book club president, and she gave me like a hardcover, like fantastic, beautiful copy of How to Build a Car by Adrian Newey. And I'm sitting there at work yesterday with it's like a thick, it's a book. Uh and I have a multicolored pen in one hand. I am sitting cross-legged, bent over from a counter, reading this book at work. I kind of look up at like 6 p.m. and I'm like, I'm sitting here like agonizing over being unable to figure out what the fuck any of this like force shit means and like doing my best to remember how physics works. And I'm in the middle of a game store at 6 p.m. at night. What the fuck is happening? I'm a college grad. What? I almost went into that field. I almost went into physics and like science fields. What a mistake that would have been. But it's been very interesting and very insightful. So I'm hoping it's going to slowly help my commentary over races. The big question is, do I care enough about Monaco to actually watch Monaco? I need to put a band-aid on this. This hurts. I'll be right back. I'm just going across the room. I'm so far away. Let's fucking go! Guys, I have work later at like 11 a.m. So, nothing can go wrong during this race because I can't drink until after work. I cannot do that unless it is after work. I have to go get food. I had a trip down to my hometown to work on some house projects and to just chill out because, guys, I'm a college grad. I have a bachelor's degree. I walked my graduation. Isn't that kind of crazy? That's kind of wild, right? I've been streaming. I started streaming when I was in like junior year of high school, like during the pandemic. You guys have been here since like 2 graduations. Y'all have some privilege. I need to I need to put my band-aid on so I don't hurt myself again. Kirby bowled me over. I was back down in the hometown to see the dogs as well. And Kirby bowled me down a concrete set of steps, so I got a little fucked up. Guys, sorry, they played the Italian national anthem. I forgot. Guys, you got a party. Bum 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 bum. It's my favorite. Literally all I have. Ba bum. Boom, boom, boom. Guys, it's all I have anymore. No, no Danish anthem. There's not even a Dane on field. Get your anthems right. Italia, da dum, ba-da-bum, 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 bum, 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 bum. I've converted like 8 people into thinking this is the best national anthem, by the way, because it is. If there's one thing I am a Ferrari fan, it is for this national anthem. I am watching these choir boys fucking sing with their heart. It is exciting news. Dum bum ba dum. Bum 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 bum. Bum. Da 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 dum. Who logged me out of Twitter? Cringe. What if I just straight up play the Italian national anthem in the background of the whole stream? Don't tempt me. What is the Dutch national anthem you're looking for, Father? Anyway, back to the streaming playlist. We are getting there. We are about 10, 13 minutes out from the start of the race. Exciting. Ferrari people are very chill. And it's going to be very easy and nice and happy, even if Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc do not win. It's going to be very nice. Oh, I can... Sorry, guys, I've discovered that I forgot that I can prop myself in to make myself fit the frame better. Guys, I swear I'm real. I swear I'm a real person. I know, it's too early. No, you're so right. But I'm here and I'm ready, darkness. Welcome, welcome in. How are you doing? It's been so long. Guys, I'm real, I swear. I'm alive. I'm still active and considering new options. And now I have time. Now all I've got is time. I have nothing but time. I have nothing else to do except focus on content for at least 3 months. And then I go into my master's program and I probably disappear off the face of the earth again. But we deal with that at a later time. I think I hate my new camera. Interesting. Interesting issue. Trying to figure out how the thing works. Got your dad to watch F1. You're watching it as well. Yay! I've converted my father into a long-term Twitch viewer, so he's going to be here every time I do this. Good job. We must convert. The amount of men on dating apps that have only talked to me because they want to learn about F1, and then I'm like, and then they get scared off. It's so funny. It's that and then just normal people in my life. I have to actively remember that I have like 4 group chats to keep up to date. And there's one person in all of them. It's so good. She gets so mad at me every time I have to update the group chat. And she's a Yuki fan, so she was mad yesterday. Like, great. But guys, I don't know if you saw it because I think I only posted it on Twitter. But, oh, sorry. Guys, I got my first round of driver cards in. Williams is really trying their best to get me to like them. And I can't. I can't because they also sent me a James Vowles card. And that was just rude. That's just rude to send me a James Vowles card. Again, I don't trust a man without a chin. It's just part of it. I just can't do it. In my head, it's impossible. Guys, I'm gonna fuck with my camera a little bit, and it's gonna probably cause the worst problems you'll ever see in your life. I don't need to see me. I have this camera. It's fine. Guys, I swear, I'm real. Not only that, not only have I converted people into liking F1, I converted one person into liking F1 enough to come with me to Austin. So, by the way, I'm going to Austin, the Austin Grand Prix in October, so that's gonna be really fun. You're gonna get some good content. No, Chin, that's a B5 reference? No, that's just my moral philosophy that I've had since the day I was born. It's been built into my psyche, my soul. I've never trusted a man without a chin. Sorry, I thought Ruth Buscom just called George Russell pretty unprompted, and I was very concerned about her. Pretty little princess. Guys, every race day is so stressful to me now that my driver is fighting for a championship and like has a chance. Every race I get so stressed for like no real reason. Hey, focus on me. On me. I'm the star. I'm the main attraction. Why is my cam? I think it's because my lighting's bad. Let me up that up a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Besides the dark side. Drinking Rebel while wearing McLaren merch. I am but a simple girl. That's a little better. That's some better lighting. I figured it out. Valentino Rossi's here. That's fun. I wish I had a monster. God, I had one Valentino Rossi monster in Japan, and it's all I've craved since. It's all I've wanted. Guys, I don't know why the timing page doesn't have Yuki Tsunoda. Where is he? Why is he not here? I don't get it. Okay. Well, we have 7 minutes, and then it will work. He's in pit lane? Oh, that makes sense. He should still be on the trash. I have concerns. F1 dashboard. Emilia Romagna. Emilia Romagna. Guys, do we trust the F1 TV timing page? Or do I put up the extra timing page so that I actually know what's happening? This page does not exist. F1 TV, I pay so much money for you, please. Don't do this to me. Hell yeah. Guys, let's fucking go racing! Triple header! I'm gonna give such insightful commentary. There's no special liveries, there's no special helmets that I'm aware of. There's no funky tributes to Senna and Ratzenberg. Unless you count Yuki and Franco's crashes as tributes. Because Yuki did crash where Ratzenberg crashed and Franco crashed where Senna crashed. Also, no one's allowed to do a big crash. None of them. I don't care. None of them are allowed to crash today. It's too stressful. I can't take crashes in Imola specifically. No one's allowed. It's too much. I'm already so stressed about the entire time because Oscar Piastri's fighting Max Verstappen in the front of the field. And then they just put in extra, like, let's have a little huge crash, the biggest crash we've seen in F1 in decades. In like 6 years at least. Since Joe rolled his car, basically. Yuki's crash was so scary. Guys, it's time. We're doing the thing. I need my data channel. Give it to me. Yay. Guys, this is gonna be so fun. I'm so excited, honestly. Now, do I keep the other commentators up as my little guide, or do I put my own commentator? Do I just put on the track sounds and do my own commentary and probably fuck it up real bad? Decisions. I can just put on track FX. It could be all I use. In a couple races, maybe. There's the song. It's not playing for you. It better not be playing for you. You're not allowed to hear the noises that my web browser makes. You better just be hearing the middle. Guys, can you hear Alex Jakes? Because you shouldn't be able to. I don't want to get banned on Twitch that fast. Guys, I'm gonna leave it, but I'm a little worried about you. But it's on your TV. Okay. Because I knew it was for my dad's TV, but I was like, maybe I fucked something up. I don't know. It's been a long enough time since I last streamed that I could have fucked up my settings somehow. By inactivity. We're still using the C6 this weekend. Okay, awesome. So no one's going to be on the softs at any point the entire time. That's going to be really fun and good for everyone. Because these Pirelli tires just do not degrade, and they were like, well, let's make the most degradable tire possible. And then it didn't work. And then it just truly didn't work. So we have Yuki Tsunoda starting from the pit lane. Don't remind me that turn 1 lap 1 is going to happen. It's too much. And then Behrman in 19th at the back of the field. Ocon ahead of him, followed by Hülkenberg, then Colapinto and Lawson in the next line. Bortoleto, Antonelli ahead of them. Then we'll have the 2 Ferraris, both knocked out in Q2, which was really funny. All of the Italian fans are just in this little bunch in the middle of the field. It was really funny when it happened. After Leclerc in 10th is Gasly, 9 is Hadjar. Then we have this fun little weird sandwich of Stroll, Albon, Sainz, Alonso. Ted is awake. I'm not gonna send Ted a link. Also, don't put real people's names in chat, Father, or else we'll have to ban you, unfortunately. Alonso is on the 3rd row. Second row is Norris, Russell, and then first row is Verstappen, Oscar. There's some talks about this being the bad pole position. Don't remind you of Q2. I have one person who comes into generic game store that I work at. And she is a Charles Leclerc fan. And she knows I'm an Oscar fan. And so after race weekend, she comes in on like Sundays usually. And she just comes in. He asked about you. I will not be sending him a link unless he directly asks me one. I already forgot to send my roommate one. Oops. Do I send my roommate one? She's at work right now. Chat, can she know? Can she know who I am? Alonso win? I hope. Okay, here's my 2 acceptable options for the race today. Oscar winning or Alonso winning. No other options. Everything else is a bad time. Welcome in, Vedium, by the way. Doesn't say you're a new chatter, but I've never seen your name in chat before. Expose yourself. Fernando. He watches. He watches over, don't worry. He's always here. Proud of you. At work? Oh. Since when did you change your Twitch name? Guys, I know who it is. I recognize them now. I didn't even send them a link. They just appeared. You have my Twitch notification? Who the fuck are you? Hello, Vedium. Welcome, welcome. At least I think you're who I think you are. Guys, we are doing our formation lap. This is going to be incredible. Nothing is going to go horrifically wrong. It's going to be fine and dandy, and I'm going to not be stressed. It's going to be a nice, easy race with nothing horrific happening as I bend and break a hair clip in stress. Most people are on mediums, which are the general softs at most tracks, so that makes sense. Got the story note if I remembered. Okay. Okay. I'll fucking be watching you. Confirmed now that you're casual. Wait. Is he there? Hello, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Guys, this is gonna be great. 75 years ago this week, Farina won the first F1 race at the 1950 British Grand Prix, of which they colorized, which was very cool. That was very fun to see as a film person who's like very into that kind of stuff at this point. I have the leftover remnants of being in film classes and watching like old black and white films still. So seeing that footage colorized was really cool. Bro, has Max's car just broken? Okay. That Red Bull was going very slow looking. I was not sure what was going on with him. Also, Vedium, you spelled Alonso wrong. I just had to put it out there. Da-da-da-da. Guys, this is a great formation lap. It's like a minute-long lap on track, so we have 63 laps. It's going to be a fun one. It's a fairly fast-speed track. And this is gonna go great. I'm stressed. Let's go. Yeah, there's talks that this is a bad pole position to have just based on how the first turn works, but No, no, it's too late. You did it on purpose, obviously. Well, Vedium, in case you wanted to know, Yuki Tsunoda is starting in the pit lane, so it's just gonna be sad for you. Where do we think Yuki is going to finish? I'm thinking he might get like 15th. It's pretty tough, and he's in the second Red Bull seat, so I have no telling of what his ability is. But we are all finally coming up just a few more cars into the line, and then we will be going. P1. You know what? If Max and Oscar crash, which they better not, I can start going for Yuki and for P1. Let's go. Lights out, and away we go in just a moment here. I hope not too. I have some friends on Twitter that will not be happy with that, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. Lights out and away we go. We are into turn 1. George Russell is taking it inside the line. Oscar Piastri has just gone ahead immediately. The Ferraris are fighting. Very fun. This was a nothing turn 1. Awesome. Oh my god. Okay. Max has taken first. He has gone in, and turn 2, Max has just shot into first. God damn it. Husker, you're not allowed to let people do that. That was an incredible overtake, though. There is some fighting between I believe that's an Alpine and a V-Carb in the back. I forgot how stressful the commentary is. Okay, wait, I need to stance up. Max Verstappen has taken a lead. It is immediately evident, though, that they are kind of running away with it. They are, Max has about a 9/10 of a second on Piastri right now, and then George is about 2 seconds behind Max, it looks like. So this is definitely a choice they are making. Let us see. Tsunoda is still in the pit lane 20th spot. Colapinto has lost 2 spots, so has Hajar. Unfortunately, everyone has stayed exactly the same elsewhere. This is going to be a very fun 63 laps. We've been noticing throughout the more recent... Sorry, I need to turn them down. The commentators are too loud. They're taking up my brainwaves. Stop it. Be quieter. They're so loud. You need to stop being that loud. There we go. Ocon in pits? Ocon has already done a pit stop for a set of tires. That max start was kind of insane. That overtake was pretty hot. I'll give it to them. Yeah, that was kind of hot. They just did the replay. It was a pretty incredible overtake. I wonder why we've pit Ocon for new tires. What tires did we put him on? Some hards? Interesting. Yeah, F1's ruined me because now I just call everything hot because I started calling overtakes hot because I thought it was funny. And now just everything is like, as an affirmative, I just go hot. This is chill. I do kind of love the Walmart logo on the Aston Martin hubcaps. I will say that's very good. Branding. Yeah, this is pretty standard. We've been noticing the gaps getting more akin to older F1. A second in this track specifically has been covering a lot less cars than usual, but Max has kind of run away on these mediums, which is something we kind of expected from the free practices. I didn't watch free practice 3. Didn't have the time, but looks like Hamilton is trying to do an overtake on Antonelli, that looks like. But I could be wrong. No, I am right. That is Antonelli. Looks like he succeeded. I wasn't watching. I was looking at a different screen. Hamilton is still chasing Antonelli, so he did not make that work. It's an interesting strategy for everyone in the back. A lot of people have gone for hard tires over the mediums, which is basically going for mediums over softs. Oh my god, Franco Colapinto is in the gravel. That was crazy. That wasn't even Franco Colapinto, that was Gasly. I was just kind of hoping. I thought he was about to crash his car. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was over for that car. But no, Pierre Gasly has brought it back on track. He has lost many positions there, 4 in fact. And then we are going through following Kimi Antonelli, going through the turns. If only I knew what the turns were called anymore. This track is a nothing go for me, so let me put this up as well. There we go. The pink cars are pretty, especially when they're in the gravel. Esteban Ocon must have damage from that first lap because he is far back and he pitted for some reason. So he must have had an immediate puncture of some sort. But he is like a good like 3 corners behind. It is interesting to see. And then we are following the rest of the cars. Nothing particularly interesting or important is happening yet. We're all taking a nice line at that corner that we're at. You've really got to be watching the thing because I just don't know the corners. I can't give you an audible recognition of which corner we're on. Verstappen is still leading by about 1.5 seconds over Oscar. That makes sense. The McLaren and the Red Bull, the McLarens and Max Verstappen have been very on par this weekend in terms of speed and tire deg, so it makes a lot of sense that it was kind of interchangeable who would win in this moment. Let's see, Charles Leclerc is up to 9th, so we are in, Larry. We're going into corner Larry, named after Larry Ferrari. Just some guy who really liked Ferrari and changed his last name. We are getting very high speeds. DRS has been enabled, so we are going to start seeing some. It looks like there's only a couple people in DRS range, Norris and Alonso. Norris, Alonso, Sainz, Albon. Pretty much like the whole point scorers from Norris onwards are kind of in a DRS train. Let's get a replay going of the first turn. Oscar gets a pretty phenomenal start there. Considering he has a little bit of a wobble, it's not that good, but the Ferraris start fighting immediately. And everyone's bunched up very well. And then that like third or fourth turn, Max Verstappen just takes that outside line and sweeps Oscar Piastri's ankles out from under him. We are seeing from George Russell's perspective what that looked like. He was fighting Max pretty well, had a pretty good start. I think George Russell probably had the best start off the line out of anyone, but he's just in a Mercedes, so. Shh. No, we accept Piastri's rights and wrongs, George, getting a little miffed about Piastri holding the corner, which is the thing we know he's going to do no matter what. Franco Colapinto has had a pretty awful start off the line, lost a bunch of places immediately. I'd like to see what Ocon was up to on the start, though. What made him go into the pits for new tires is my question. And then, what was that? That was Leclerc driving Gasly off the side of the road, it seemed. No, it was Hamilton driving him off the side of the road. Interesting. Wasn't there something Pierre said during one of the free practices that one of the Ferraris was impeding him? It might have been one of the Astons, though. He was like, tell me their name. I will remember them. Kind of like a Terminator. Pierre Gasly thinks he's hot shit and and scary. And then I look at him and I'm like, you're Pierre Gasly. Yep, this is a pretty standard boring race so far. Awesome. Really cool. Really interesting things to talk about here. Did you see the Colton Herta crash in the Indy 500? Oh, detour. Yeah, we had a bunch of big crashes in motorsport yesterday. We had the Yuki Tsunoda one, and then Colton Herta's was horrifically scary. If you haven't seen it, the driver cam is horrific. He skids on the sidewall of the Indy 500 track for like a good 5 seconds. It was upside down skidding. It was scary. Tires are better than expected. Are you on the hards? Yeah, because they're the mediums, Charles. Yeah, the tires are going to be better than expected as long as you're not on the softs. So we will probably not be seeing the softs at all this race unless something horrific happens. Looks like Charles is running for fast laps in Sector 1. Yeah, we are just still chilling. Nothing has changed. Norris is still about 7/100ths away from Russell. 7/10, something like that. I'll remember one day how the decimal places go. I'll remember one time in the future. Yeah, and then it's really just Oscar falling away from Max Verstappen just being a fucking psychopath in most situations. So this is not unexpected. I think the real question is Red Bull going to have a decent pit stop when they have to do their pit? Because they have been having some Ferrari-esque fuck-ups there. What has happened to Esteban Ocon? Truly, I do not know. And I would love to find out what happened to him. But he is in 20th and still just losing it. But yeah, I think after this race, if it ends up being Max winning with Oscar in second, I think this will solidify that Norris is not really the main competitor of the championship, and it's really an Oscar, George, Max fight. It depends on if Norris can overtake Russell anytime soon. He's getting close, but he is just not making the move. He's not having an opportunity to, despite being only 500ths away. Franco has also touched the gravel. Those Alpines are really eating dirt. Those Alpines loving that gravel. And someone must have fed Oscar Piastri some rocks before this race, because he is not touching that gravel, even a little bit. He went, no, I'm full. I do not want to touch the gravel. I know they call me Oscar Gravel Piastri, but I will not be eating the gravel today. We are about 10 laps in, just about. Looks like Lando is trying to go for a move, but he is just not hitting it. It is not working out for him. This would be the corner to do it if he wants to take an outside line. Depends. Looks like he had the brake too early to make that move possible. George defended really well on that attack. The commentary makes me focus so much more on the actual racing. I like it. Let's see here. Yeah, we are chilling. Yeah, the big question right now is if Norris is going to be able to catch Russell. He's going to have to catch Russell pretty soon here to have a chance to catch up with Oscar and Max. Because Russell has fallen 4 seconds behind those two, so it is just not going well. Not sure I'm going to make it to the target lap pushing like this. He is pushing a lot because he has to be fighting Lando. But if this is pushing and he is 5 seconds behind Piastri, that is not looking good for the Mercedes car in recent times. Lap 19 to 25 is the target window for these medium tires. Gasly is in the pits. There's some interesting pits going on, I guess. I don't really understand it. Oh my god, did Lando just touch the gravel there? Someone touched the gravel in that shot. I was too busy watching Gasly fall in the timing sheet. Fernando Alonso has caught up. Guys, Fernando podium. Fernodium. Gasly has taken his time in the pit. Okay, he is out of the pit. I was very concerned that they were taking him out of the race for some reason. Yeah, I thought so. I thought that was Lando who had driven into the grass and gravel. So George is causing Lando to make some mistakes, and again, is that inconsistency that makes me glad I have put my hat into the Oscar Piastri camp as opposed to the Norris camp. It's much more fun to be winning than be sad and have a driver who's sad. Oscar did say yesterday at the end of his Q3 lap where he had been impeded by a bunch of cars towards the end, and he went, oh, if I had lost my Q3, if I had lost that fast lap because of those cars, I would have lost my shit. And I was like, what does Oscar Piastri losing his shit look like? Looks like these mediums are not lasting as well for everyone else either, but Norris is doing some fights. I've been, in my desire to talk about Oscar Piastri, I have missed a couple of overtakes from Lando on George, some passbacks, but it looks like Lando has officially made his claim and taken over that third position spot. So now he just has to make up about 7 seconds of time to get to Oscar. So thank you, George, for being there to bring me joy. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, and even as Lando is making these moves, you can see him doing some overcorrections. You can see him doing some issues. He smoked George, but George overtook him again after one of these. Yeah, it was a tough situation. They're now boxing Russell, so they were kind of just waiting on seeing when Lando would overtake him. Got some people diving into the pits in Alpine, looked like Colapinto, probably. So we are going to see, not even, I was just wrong. That was a Williams. That was Sainz. Oops. That was a quick pit stop from the Mercedes team. The Williams team is going. They are trying. That was a little slow, probably around 2.9. 3.4. That was slow as fuck. That was crazy. Let's see. We have them coming out. The pit stop here that early is really an interesting call because it's just making them lose it. Let's see. And then we are going through turn 7. I think plan A is very ambitious at the moment, says Piastri. I'm getting horrific Ferrari flashbacks just anytime anyone says plan letter. But we've not had too much Ferrari intro. Leclerc is behind Tsunoda. Tsunoda's gotten up to 14th from starting in the pit. Alonso has also just pitted. So we'll see how that goes for him. We have unfortunately just lost our Alonso. You look away for 2 seconds and George is just not there anymore. Yeah. Oopsies, George. Sorry. Yeah, he pitted, so he is behind. We still have to have all of the front runners pit, so that's going to be when that comes back into fruition. Everyone else is seemingly going for a bit of undercut, but it also is just the tires are so bad on this track that it makes sense that no one is able to do anything with it. Oh, that was a Mercedes in the gravel there. Interesting, interesting. I hope the top 3 pit at the same time so that I can see an Albon Stroll Hadjar podium for about 2 seconds. I think that would be really good. I want a fucky podium. Give me just the craziest podium, F1. This year, you can do it. I believe in you. Give me an Albon Stroll Hadjar podium, but we have just pitted Piastri, so we are going for an undercut here. For sure. So, what tires are we putting on? We are putting on a set of hards. Hards to the end, baby. I don't know, with how soft these tires are, it's concerning to try and do a one stop, in my opinion, but I'm not an actual race engineer, and I wasn't paying attention to Ruth Buscombe, so. But it's also the longest pit lane of the entire season, or one of the longest, so we will see. We will see. We'll see what Red Bull does with Max, because he seems to be pretty fine on those tires. He's not really losing too much. Well, yeah, I didn't expect them to put him on a soft tire. Ooh, unsafe release, baby. Unsafe release? Hell yeah. Fernando oh no, Fernando's car is on fire. Awesome. I was like, why are we showing Fernando off? Oh, it's because his car was on fire. Awesome. Yeah, his brakes just lit. Really cool. But he is back on track. So, yeah, what Piastri needs to do now is just tear through the field a little bit, maximize his advantage with the pit, try and get within that 22 second, 26 second interval between pit stops so that when Max pits, he'll still be close enough to the spot. Oop, is Stroll's car gonna catch on fire? Or was that an Alonso thing only? We will see. Do a check-in on our Italians. Antonelli in 5th, Hamilton in 6th, Leclerc in 12th. Leclerc does have the fastest lap, so he is still able to be pushing, but it is not looking good for our Italian fans. Lawson in 18th, just under Stroll. Yuki Tsunoda has made it up to 10th. He is technically leading on our World Drivers' Championship leader. So, average pit stop is 28 seconds. Jesus Christ. Imola, what the hell? Yuki oints. Tsunoda oints. Go. We'll see. We are almost about 20 laps in. We are lap 16 of 63, so there's still a fair amount of race to go. Still have to see our leaders, Verstappen, Norris, Albon, Hadjar, all pit still, so we are still in for a little bit of strategy run there. Oscar is on his nice hard mediums tires, C4s. Oh my god. Okay. Sorry. A car just sparked into the camera. Incredible. I believe that is going to be Antonelli. Because of how much he's using his brakes. It did seem that would make a lot of sense. Again, I have the commentators very low, so I can basically hear Alex Jakes as just like a whisper from another room. But yeah, his brakes seemed... And hasn't there been a lot of issues with brakes this entire weekend? Not in the Aston Martins, but in Liam Lawson taking an overtake on Behrman there, it looks like. Or Ocon, or I don't know who that was. Honestly, couldn't tell you which one that was. That looked like it was probably Ocon then. But, wasn't Hamilton complaining about his brakes not working or being really stiff? Not the same car, but an interesting duality there. Knows a lot about mechanics and was in a racing team years ago, and that's what he told you. Fair. And you know, if I had read more of How to Build a Car by Adrian Newey, I probably would have also said that, so. What racing team, if you don't mind me asking, by the way? That's really cool. My brain desperately trying to get contacts. Match me on LinkedIn. Get me a marketing internship at your team, please. Hadjar is going Tsunoda. Good question on what he said, honestly. I have it so low, there was never a chance I was ever going to hear him. But it looks like the front half of the field, all of the point scoring people right now currently need to still get into the points. Or into the pits. So Oscar is slowly gaining his advantage up enough to probably at least have some sort of fight toward the line once people start pitting. Which is gonna be interesting. Very, very interesting. Whew. Let's see here. There's very little going on. Incredible. Incredible. There is a 9-second gap from Norris to Max, so this is just showing that either the Red Bull is like has some NOS fuel in it or something, or Max Verstappen is just a weird miracle working psychopath in that car, which I think is the correct option. Looks like Oscar is overtaking Yuki Tsunoda. Oh god, VDM, we're fighting. VDM, we're fighting. VDM, we are fighting. Awesome. I was a little stressed. Yuki was not letting that corner go. I was a little stressed that there might be some contact there, but it seemed to be clean racing. Oh, now I can stop calling you Duck every time I talk about you, Vedium. Oh, and we have a new person. I need to come up with a name for them. Interesting. Because Aspen has moved out officially, by the way. Aspen has deceased. R.I.P. I can still hear them talking to me about Hunger Games books. Yay. Sorry, I just got happy. There's just racing happening. Replacement. But what if she gets replaced? What do I do then? Replacement 2.0? Oscar looks like he is trying to do an overtake on Ollie Behrman here. Kind of eyeing up that outside line. He has eyed it up and taken the inside of that turn. He has gotten ahead of Behrman fucking easily. And beautifully, in fact. Just incredible work from Oscar. Looks like Oscar is still outside of the pit range if Max pitted right now, but it would be a bit of a shootout still. Because I don't trust the Red Bull pit stops exactly. 32 ahead of Oscar. That's a pit stop. It is. But do I trust the Red Bull pit stop crew this year? Not really. They've given me some bad juju. So I will not be staking too much claim yet on the Red Bull pit stops being reliably decent. They probably will be, but you don't know. But we have Hulkenberg in 7th. Sorry, no one's talked about it yet. Hulkenberg is in 7th, but we also have Piastri about to break Colapinto's ankles, probably. Taking an inside line on a turn up here, probably. It looks like on this turn 2, 3, 4, Oscar is probably going to make a move. Oh, he's making a move right now at turn 1. Hell yeah, Oscar. Yep, and so then the next old man to get their ankles fucking destroyed is going to be Hulkenberg. That's fun, but we have Hamilton and Yuki Tsunoda fighting for points positions, it looks like something. No, I don't know what's happening here. Is this Max ahead? I don't get it. What the fuck is happening? No, it's not Max. No, this is Yuki and where is Yuki? Yuki and Leclerc. Oh, yes, this makes sense. They are next to each other, so. Key for us is for free air and going long to Norris. Not working, I don't think. Unfortunately, it does not seem like that is going to be working out for them. But Oscar is making some strong headway through the field. It's very bunched up in this 5th to 9th area. But Max Verstappen is coming up to probably get started on lapping people before he next pits. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, let's talk about Hulkenberg a little bit. He's still on his hard tires, still hasn't pitted, but he is up 10 places and in 7th, fighting around Hamilton and Piastri. So that is probably going to be a fun watch. Leclerc has just done an overtake on Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki is just not defending that well enough, and Leclerc has stuck the landing. Alex 21.8, 21.8. It's clearly a one stop then if Alex is doing 21.8. Yeah. Sorry, I thought we all knew it was a one stop. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? It's modern F1. They're all one stops. There's a reason Monaco has to be forced into doing two stops. Because they wouldn't do it otherwise. Let's see. Max is still up on the back end, which is weird considering the pace of the Red Bull has been in the first sector and then fallen off in sector 2 and 3 compared to the McLarens, who have started a little bad in sector 1 and then had their real pick-me-up in sections 2 and 3. So interesting how this is playing out differently. Piastri is getting closer to Hulk. So we're about to watch an old man's ankles get fucking destroyed, probably. And we are almost a bit after. That was so fast that they didn't even show it. Didn't even show the overtake on Hülkenberg. But Oscar is cutting through the field of these degrading tires here, so this is going to be a fun battle. Oscar has now taken it up to 7th place. So there's been a lot of movement on positions based entirely on... One day I'll fix this chat, by the way. One day this chat will actually go up to the top, or it'll be a shorter chat box. Haven't decided yet. Probably shorter chat box. Because the rears are moving even on a straight line. I'm struggling. Russell's car is broken. Uh-oh. Spaghetti. Oh my god. Ollie's car has just taken a bit of a jump. That was interesting. Yeah, the issue is the Red Bull is in clean air, so he is just zooming past. He is unimpeded, perfectly clear air. It is a no-brainer for that Red Bull. That Red Bull is always good on the fresh air sections of track when he can get it. And he has gotten it, and he is using it. Colapinto has gone into the pits for his mandatory pit stop. That's interesting. The Ferrari is doing its best. Hamilton still can't overtake on Antonelli, even though he's been in DRS range for a couple of laps now. This is the Oscar on Hülkenberg overtake. Easy, didn't even break his ankles. Hülkenberg was too knowledgeable. He went, no, actually, this is not my issue, and this is not the same replay. This is the Leclerc Behrman overtake. I believe Ollie's car is about to go flying on the next turn. And let us see. Do I open the second Red Bull? I'm looking through the data, struggling to see anything at the moment. Listen to your driver. He's the one driving the car. Like, I get you have data, but do listen to your driver if they say, I'm struggling, something's going horrifically wrong. Especially in Imola. Don't let things be broken in Imola. God. Everyone be safe. Be fine. We are checking. We are checking. Yeah, the DRS flap is open. This camera grading is a little off. A little green color graded. It looks like the Russell team is not even concerned about doing a pit stop. That was the least concerned pit crew I've ever seen. They were just sitting there, like, twiddling their thumbs. That was for sure a sight to be held. Yeah, again, this Red Bull, I believe this one is the... Nope, no clue. That's Tsunoda Russell. That's what it is. It is interesting. Colapinto and Ocon both about a minute behind our leader here, which is fun. Oscar, while he's cutting up the field, is not gaining a lot of time on Max Verstappen, which is interesting. Everyone's just kind of slowing him down. A little bit of a attempt to go for an overtake there from Hamilton, but Antonelli is kind of cleaning up with him. So I assume if these two start actually fighting, Oscar will just take the inside line, and through goes Piastri, probably. So I bet that's probably what Piastri is waiting for, so he doesn't have to fight as long, so he can just kind of lay off of his tires, let Hamilton and Antonelli do a bit of a scrap ahead of him, and then overtake. That seems like a decently Oscar Piastri move. So we will see, and then he'll have a fair amount of clean air for a bit to go forward. This is George Russell on Yuki Tsunoda. Whew. George Russell on Yuki Tsunoda. The one Mercedes fan in a sea of Ferrari. Incredible. And now we have Oscar coming up closer to Hamilton. Is he going to decide to take it into his own hands, maybe? Dad, half of these people were racing before Kimi was born. Looks like Oscar is going to try and take an outside move on Hamilton. Getting fed up with the pussyfooting around. Then we just have to fight Antonelli, and then we have a bit of clean air to Hadjar. The fuck is happening? Incredible race from Hadjar, probably. But Oscar Piastri is just doing so many overtakes that and they're all perfectly clean and beautiful that I am probably going to still vote for him as my driver of the day, even though Hadjar and Albon would be great secondary contenders, just being able to hold position up here at the front of the field. Interestingly enough. And Colabinto has boxed for a new set of hards about 3 laps ago, as opposed to everyone else who was going on to slightly scrubbed hards. Interesting. We are still taking Oscar down to Antonelli. We are in DRS range, so now we're going to see a repeat of the one sprint where Oscar was behind Kimi and just broke his fucking ankles. And Kimi Antonelli has learned this time that Oscar Piastri is not going to give him the corner. It's going to be really funny if Albon does get a podium, because all of the Carlos Sainz fans going over to Williams mean like, he's going to save the team. It's going to be a Carlos podium this year, and it's really going to be an Alex one. Yeah, Albon again being very upset with Williams, not pitting him ever, which is, you know what, fair at this point. But yeah, Oscar smoked Kimi's ankles. They were not there. The issue is a lot of the people who are behind Norris and Verstappen are Albon and Hadjar, so they are not catching air. They are not getting closer at all. They're falling behind still, especially with their bad tires. It's still Albon way ahead of Hadjar still, which is interesting. But yeah, we are in past the gap about of where these tires should be pitted. The general lap was, I believe, somewhere around 28 was about the last one, and we have hit the last lap. Isaac is going to take Hadjar's ankles, ring them around his own neck, and break them. Hadjar has fallen to the might of Oscar Piastri. Overtakes. This has been a beautiful drive from Oscar, by the way. It seems pretty routine to have him just overtaking, but he has been overtaking pretty much every fucking car on the field, which has been pretty incredible. Daniel Kvyat is here in the Williams garage. Interesting. Wonder how he feels about the announcement of Kelly Paquette's kid. Wonder how Daniel Kvyat feels about Lily Verstappen. Does Daniel still get like time with Does Daniel Kvyat still get time with Penelope? That's his kid. I have questions suddenly. We are boxing Norris, so we are starting to see these medium tires falling off. What will we go for is the question. A hard tire, of course. So we will see Oscar. Norris will probably come out more closer to Oscar. Behind Oscar. Like, wildly behind Oscar, actually. That pit lane is disgustingly long. He's going to be behind Hamilton. Yellow flag. Yellow flag at 7. Ocon has broken his car. Woo, baby. Ocon's still on the side of the road. They're going to need to take that car off the track. That is awful. Yeah, I thought we had an issue from lap 1, guys. He's been behind the entire fucking time. I thought he's had an issue the whole time. We have a virtual safety car going to be free pit stops for everyone, so we will see who takes them. For sure, the lap leaders, Verstappen, Albon, Hadjar, Antonelli, Hamilton, will take. Will Oscar go for a new set of hards or not is a question. Max Verstappen has pulled off into the pit for his free pit stop. We'll see. Yeah, it would probably be best if you went in for your pit stop now, no matter what. Because your hards are... they're kind of new. Depends on how he feels on them, I guess. But I would take them personally. Who knows? Who knows what Oscar's gonna do? What will Oscar do? Who will Oscar be tonight? That's the question. Yep, Albon also in the pit. So this is going to just bring... It's actually incredible for Piastri, who have... yeah, everyone pitting except Piastri ahead, it looks like. Piastri and Norris, who just had his pit stop. So this is actually going to be incredible because it's going to bring the field close. It's going to give Piastri a chance on Verstappen, who's still 20 seconds ahead because he's a psychopath. Seems like we fixed at least one of these Red Bull issues. Wonder what's happened with Ocon's car, though. Because, yeah, he's been behind the whole time. I've been curious to what's going on with him. I need the safety car for my own personal well-being to last a couple more laps. And then we can go back to racing. We'll see a restart from Oscar and Max. Hopefully, close enough that it can be an actual fight and not be just a Max Verstappen takes the win. We have not been hearing a lot from Max over the radio, which is interesting. Usually there would be some complaining. Even if he's ahead, must not be important complaining. As a result of this, Russell has taken a second pit stop. So he's probably on a new set of hards for that. God, Max is still gaining speed on Oscar. I don't know what the hell is happening. Yeah, it does. I hope Albon and Norris start fighting. I hope that Albon gets a podium. No, I want Hadjar to get a podium. Fuck that shit. Sorry, Albon, love you, but I would love for Hadjar to get a podium. There has been. It's either been very unimportant and not very fun, but Oscar is just coming for a pit. Interesting. Yeah, he's taken all that effort to get ahead in the field, and he's just gone on for new tires again. New set of hards again from Piastri. Interesting. Oh my god. Whoever that Williams is a fucking nightmare. That was Albon. Well, he's only going to come out in 4th, but even with this safety car, yeah, this kind of just swept it for Max, huh? Unfortunate. It looks like a Charles on a Stroll here. Stroll is Guys, is Stroll a good driver? Does he care this time? Has he gotten to Q3? Does Stroll care about this race? Is this what happens when you see Stroll actually care about the racing? It's been so long. Yeah, he's holding off Leclerc, which is saying very bad things about the Ferrari and incredible things about Stroll. Interesting, yes. So this is not going to be a shootout from the virtual safety car. We're going to see Esteban's car break down on the side of the road. Yeah, it looks like the engine just failed spectacularly there. We have Antonelli trying to fight Hadjar in the little box. George Russell almost breaking into the back of, I think that's Ollie Behrman. Oh my god, unsafe pits everywhere. Okay. that Alpine came out of the pits in what I would believe is an unsafe manner. We'll see what the race director says. Or not even that. That was Kimi Antonelli. I was hoping that was an Alpine. No, that was Hadjar. Never mind. I don't know who anyone is. Never mind. I can't tell any of these cars. But Behrman has gone into the pit once again. Interesting enough. Oh my god, they gave me vertigo from that one. That is Hadjar. That's Antonelli trying to overtake on Hadjar, which will be fun. Max Verstappen is a good 20 seconds ahead of Lando Norris, so unless something horrific happens to Max Verstappen within the next bit of time, it looks like it's going to be a Max Verstappen win, unless it's a two-stop strategy for him for some reason, which would be interesting. More action in the pit than on the track. Speak for yourself. I've been watching Oscar Piastri pull off some of the most incredible overtakes with the easiest, calmest demeanor I've seen in a while. So I've been enjoying my time on track. Behrman in 19th and causing traffic for Albon and Piastri, probably. So that'll be fun. We are just about halfway through the Grand Prix now, so there's still a lot of race to go, which could lead to another safety car happening. Be nice for some of these people. George is overtaking on Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg has lost his weird advantage he had in terms of time, but now he is miles ahead. There's a lot of gaps between people. Wonder what it is this race specifically, because in modern F1 we're so used to seeing a second cover basically the entire grid, everyone being so close together, but this race specifically has brought out a lot of inabilities to catch up speeds, which is interesting. Ollie Behrman will never overtake anyone, I think. I think he is done overtaking. Both Astons are still in points, and Carlos Sainz is doing an incredibly beautiful overtake on Yuki Tsunoda. I hate him. Oh, he has contacted Yuki Tsunoda. Never again. Well, I say it's a beautiful overtake. That was a disgusting overtake. They touched wheels. Oh my god, they touched nose tips. That was crazy. Yuki is not having a good weekend. But he's in the second Red Bull seat, so what can we do about it? Oscar Piastri has just set the fastest lap of the race. And we will see. Hamilton has just overtaken Antonelli finally. That's been a move like 20 laps in the making, it feels. So that is pretty incredible. That collision between Tsunoda and Sainz has been noted. There's been no notation of the unsafe Hadjar pit release. So looks like they decided that wasn't even worth looking into. George Russell coming up on the back of an Aston Martin. Looks like Stroll. Aston Martins are creating like a double person wall to keep Russell out of the points, basically. Which is going to be really funny if George does not get points because he can't overtake an Aston Martin. Hadjar and Albon are still fucking chilling up in top 5. So, and I've given up on Oscar winning. You know what? Unless something horrific happens, and I don't want anything horrific to happen at Imola ever. Unless something absolutely horrific happens and there's a safety car again. Looks like Piastri's best bet will probably be 3rd or 2nd. Hopefully 2nd. Hopefully something horrific happens to Norris's race. A dip into the gravel, maybe. Not a crash. I would never wish a crash upon anyone, and especially not at Imola, but we have Russell overtaking Stroll. Unfortunate. Well, maybe they'll make that move to the end. He did. Okay. There was a moment there where they were wheel-to-wheel fighting, and Stroll looks like he's trying to take that position back on the inside, decides better of it, and if bails out of that early braking zone. Hamilton is still chasing Hadjar on the medium set of tires. I don't know. I still think it was a weird decision to have Oscar pit. I still have some concerns about that. But Oscar is setting a fastest second sector, so he is big chilling. Going fantastically. Hamilton Hajar seem to be the next fight happening. I am taking my second Red Bull. Hydrate or die straight, guys. Remember to drink your water, keep yourself hydrated, feed yourself, chill out. Italia. Proud of you. I don't know what's up with this dashboard. Yuki Tsunoda's not real. There's like a driver that's not real on this board. Verstappen, Norris, Albon, Piastri, Hamilton, Hajar. Like, there's for sure another guy here, and they just don't have him. Behrman. Where the fuck is Behrman? I don't know. My timing sheet is off, so. Ollie is in 19th right now. I don't know why they've decided the Haas's aren't real cars. So, interesting decision from my dashboard. But we are going to see George Russell doing a bit of an overtake on Alonso, it looks like. Yes. Unfortunate old man just crippled his own ankles. Hamilton is attempting to catch up. That's not Hamilton. Not even a little bit. That is Leclerc. Where's Leclerc? Leclerc and Antonelli are now battling. Hamilton has made the overtake on Hajar at some point. And Piastri is slowly gaining position on Albon, so we will probably see them overtake within the next, like, 10 laps there. And then we will hope. Sorry. Something about Ferrari going, Hamilton, you got P5 on the road. That's awesome. Telling that to a 7-time world champion is hilarious to me. We're going through. Let's see, anything interesting? Leclerc in DRS range, Stroll in DRS range to Sainz in 13th and 12th. Tsunoda in DRS range to Stroll, so there's a bit of a train coming in there with the Colapinto also following in. So we can probably see a bit of no movement there. Oscar is very quickly gaining up speed on Albon, so that is incredible news. Yeah, it would require some kind of miracle at this point. The race strategy has been interesting from the McLarens, and Max Verstappen has just been a psychopath in that car, like always. So never count him out, but count him out. Get him out of here. Hülkenberg is catching up to Alonso. Is Hülkenberg going? Are the old men fighting? Old men fighting in the back of the field for 1 point? We will see. We will keep an eye on that one. Because the old men are going to fight, it looks like. Let's see. Hamilton has the fastest lap, but Oscar is just about to be in DRS range of Albon. He has made up that time nicely. And Behrman is still lapped by Norris and Verstappen, and it doesn't look like he's going to be getting ahead of them anytime soon to fix his lapping. So at this point, it's an interesting race for Ollie Behrman. He's kind of just holding up traffic, trying to stay in the slipstream of Norris to keep speed, probably. We'll see. This is an interesting. You wouldn't be expecting in 2025 to see a McLaren and a Williams fighting for third position, but it is what we are seeing. So this is going to be an interesting couple of corners. We are officially in DRS range, so we are about to watch Oscar hopefully break someone's ankles. I can only hope and dream and pray. We are on Hülkenberg. The old men are fighting. Hülkenberg easily takes Alonso's ankles out, kicks him out from under him. with the lightest of taps, honestly. That was not difficult at all. Can we cut back to what I care about, which is Oscar Piastri and no one else, is the question. Now we're going to stay on Hulkenberg. A yellow flag infringement from Albon. Awesome. No need to worry about Albon anymore. Awesome. Yuki Tsunoda on George Russell, it looks like. Antonelli? Who is this? What the fuck is Yuki Tsunoda doing? Why am I confusing the Aston Martins and the fucking Mercedes? That's so weird of me to do. That was Tsunoda on Stroll. Oscar has taken Alex Albon and just told him, hey, you infringed on the yellow flag. Give me your ankles. Of which there will be no further investigation. He didn't do that, unfortunately. So, that's awful. Leclerc on Hajar, it seems. Gonna be a fun fight from the Racing Bull, probably. 15, 18. Gonna be a large jump in points for Verstappen in the championship. Will that get him over Verstappen, though, is a true question. That is what I'm concerned about. Oscar setting a fastest sector 1. So let's bring up the championship standings, do a little bit of mental math here. Figure out where that puts people. If it ends up like this. Norris 18. 15. Yeah, so it looks like Oscar will still be ahead by at least 10 points if the standings come out as they stand. And it will just be Max Verstappen truly gaining some good speed there. No, you know what, Darkness? Why are you watching the TV at 6 a.m. on a Sunday from Ash? I finally just saw the cat pic. Beautiful. Incredible. Incredible. Ash should be confused. Why are you watching the TV at 6 a.m.? Piastri doing work, setting fast laps, continuing to set fast laps after the first. Tires are finally technically a little newer than Norris, so, but they are scrubbed tires. They have a bit of use on them. Don't know how that's going to affect on this track considering the softness of the tires. These are basically mediums. But we will see. What we need now is Piastri to get ahead of Norris. And then I need a safety car to happen. It's kind of the only way I can see Oscar getting into first. Max Verstappen has just kind of run away with this one. Unfortunately, for those of us not as Dutch inclined. And my other two options of Fernando Alonso winning and Yuki Tsunoda even just being in the points seem to have fallen off of their possibility standpoint. So who knows what we'll be seeing there, but Yuki might get points. At least, which will be nice. Hopefully. I like that we've had a little box for Max Verstappen. Like that means anything. Like he's seen a single other car this entire race. He's about to come up to traffic, though. So actually, this might be perfect for him. Hulkenberg and Sainz are fighting. Considering Sainz was supposed to be the second coming of Williams, of Nigel Mansell in the Williams team, Hulkenberg is not struggling to keep up with Sainz. Tsunoda on Stroll, Alonso, one of them. Stroll, it looks like. Nope, Alonso, I was wrong. Shot in the dark and I missed. I shot and I missed him. And I shot him again and I missed him. Yeah, Max is coming up on some big traffic here, so we might actually see... We'll actually see his time start to stop, and we'll see Norris catching up, at least. So that is interesting. We have about 20 laps left of the Grand Prix. Okay, Alonso. Okay, old man. Let's get your meds. Let's calm down. I'm the unluckiest driver in the world. Okay, calm down. Behrman exists in the back here. Like, you don't... This kid is going for Franz Herrmann, a man who is not currently racing in the race. Franz Herrmann, GT3 winner. Colapinto is swapping the positions with Gasly. Interesting choice. Franz Herrmann, an endurance championship car driver, not a Formula One driver for sure. Newest Dutch race driver for the Verstappen team, Franz Herrmann is. Alonso crashing out on this, wasn't on this GP's bingo card. Yeah, I wasn't particularly expecting Alonso to be crashing the fuck out. Flavio Briatore is here, being like basically Emperor Palpatine behind the entire empire. It feels like he's like a weird dark presence you never knew about on the field. Yeah, it looks like it was Gasly being swapped from Colapinto, so Gasly is now ahead. Which was interesting to get that radio message after the move had happened, because I was very confused. Oscar is gaining time on Norris, but it's only so many laps to go and only so many seconds you can save in those laps to get to second. But hopefully towards the end of the race, we will see some McLaren fighting. And I hope they do not utter any words of papaya rules or anything near the sort. Let them fight. Stop giving them team orders. I am a strong proponent of, if you are fighting in the championship for championship position, your two drivers are at the top, you gotta let them fight. You can't do team orders on that shit. I'm a strong proponent that I do not like team orders. If they are fighting, fight. But of course, there's always situations that I'm like, yeah, okay, like the Colapinto Gasly swap, that made sense. But if you're just swapping to put one driver ahead of the other for the points, I don't believe that that should be allowed. I'm not a fan of that one. Hello, Brian. That Ferrari mechanic drinking the worst energy drink on the planet. Unfortunately, Ferrari, sponsored by Celsius. One of the most effective and worst tasting beverages I've ever had. I would wake up at about 7, no, not even 7, at about 6 a.m. every Saturday for my marching band practice. And we, as a low brass group, okay, there is, Antonelli has stopped his car. The Italians weep. Let's get a safety car out here. Oh my god, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe a safety car is going to have to get out. Okay. Sorry, ignore my fucking bullshit story. We have some people coming in the pits, it seems. This front jackman does not seem like he truly thinks. I don't know what he's up to. Yeah, that was so clearly, oh, a real safety car. Okay, Max Verstappen. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, this is a part of the track that definitely you would have to bring out a real safety car to get them out. Interesting that all of the safety cars this week have been, or this race have been, mechanical failures, but this is about to absolutely close in the gaps here. So this is actually exactly what I needed and what I didn't think would happen. I think his car probably just shut down. Interesting. Oh, did we finally add Behrman in? We finally added Behrman in? Awesome. Thank you, dashboard. Let's see, we bringing Max into the pit. So, Max and Norris, not Piastri. Interesting decisions. Interesting. long pit lane. We will see what happens here. New boots. These boots are made for walking, and they'll walk all over you. Yeah, this is for sure gonna close up the field. Is it gonna do it enough? No, but Norris also had a slow fucking pit, so he might end up behind Piastri. Oh, this is not gonna be fun on the restart as an Oscar Piastri fan. The Twitter's gonna be the worst place I'll ever be after this race if they have to fight. Oh, I don't... Now, if in the next lap they pit Piastri, I'm gonna be pissed as fuck, by the way. Hey guys, in case anyone wanted to know, if they pit Piastri, it's over for me. Leave him out on his tires. He is fine. They are baby new. Yeah, back to my Celsius rant. I'd wake up at 6 a.m. and all of the low read players would bring a Celsius with them to practice. And we would all get together in a line or in a circle, and we would shotgun a Celsius before practice, which is the worst experience I've ever had. I would rather shotgun a full beer, and I hate the taste of beer. I would rather shotgun a full-ass beer than ever shotgun a Celsius again. But the timing tower has broken, by the way, in case anyone wanted to know. But yeah, Celsius is the most effective because an hour after you shotgun a Celsius, you're awake. You feel shaky and you feel like you're going to transcend the plane of existence you're currently existing on, but you are awake. So that's kind of what it's meant to do, and it helps with that. So yeah, I need this safety car to be okay. This Verstappen's like directly on the safety car. Safety car is going to last a lot longer, so Piastri is going to have a lot more time to catch up. Then we'll have about 13 laps-ish, 10 laps of racing, which will be nice. 3 fucking Celsiuses? Just the taste of Celsius I can't do. It's disgusting. I don't get it. I'm a strong Red Bull believer at this point. Not only is it less caffeine per milligram, or caffeine milligrams in the can, which makes it like easier to drink and safer to drink. It just tastes better. That might be Stockholm syndrome though. Because there was a point in my life where I thought this shit was basically airplane fuel. I was like, you can power a car with Red Bull. Has Red Bull done that yet? Have they turned Red Bull into biofuel yet? Hey, Red Bull, I have a marketing decision for you. I've done it with very bad vinegar before. We did that in my engineering class in high school. We made biofuel. And my group was the only one that made biofuel correctly. Everyone else did not end up with any biofuel. It still drinks Celsiuses. I've kind of wanted to try the yerba mates, but I'm scared of them. I don't know. Something about them. I think it's the fear of when Franco Colapinto got very stressed about it, and I was like, oh, it's like a cultural thing. Okay, well, now I'm scared of the drink. Ooh. That was a bad pit stop. That was replaying Norris's awful pit stop there, 4 seconds off. Yeah, it looks like on the restart, it's not going to be... No, on the restart, it's going to fully be Verstappen, Piastri, Norris just fighting their heads off. Awesome. The Blue Forey and Revelberry ones are the best. I will take that into consideration. I am going to the store later today. This car is still on track. Hey, guys. Get that shit off. Because that car is still there. What the hell? Hey, so what black magic has Charles Leclerc done to get himself into 4th position? Drink them cold, they taste way better like that. I will keep that in mind. Well, as we wait for the safety car to end, which will happen probably within, I would say, the next like 3 laps at most. 3-4 laps, we can discuss streaming. Guys, I'm real. I'm a streamer. I'm a gamer. I will play games. I swear. I swear, please. Please believe me. I'm a gamer. I don't have a super set schedule, but it looks like my general freeness, I know, my general freeness for my weekdays is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Generally are the 3 days I am not doing work. So unless there's a race on Sunday, that is an easy enough time, not a 3 a.m. race. My mainstream days will probably end up being Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. And we will focus. We're going to lock in. Gamers, we're going to lock in. We are going to focus ourselves down. We are going to get this shit done. I'm looking if we can finish in the points or not. I'm not being pessimistic. These tires are going to be incredibly difficult to restart. Charles, you're in 4th place. Calm the fuck down. But yeah, I do not know what game I'm going to come back with on Monday. That's kind of up to you guys. I might play Binding of Isaac for the first day because I need to get back into the general vibes of streaming, and I have been playing a lot of Binding of Isaac, if you didn't notice. You haven't noticed my like extra 100 hours I've put in the past 2 weeks that game. Norris is talking on the radio. There's no transcription. I don't know what he's saying. Nothing pertaining to me, probably, then. We will see. Safety car is still doing his best. He's trying his hardest. But yeah, I will try and keep up with that streaming schedule. We'll see how it goes. I would like to go for it. You know what's the worst part, Father? It's not far off that he said something along the lines of, I don't know if I can restart this. The tires aren't good, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to. It's not a bad shout that he probably said something along those lines. Ollie Behrman is, like, being whack in, like, the second position. He's restarting behind Max, even though he's lapped. So, Ollie better get the fuck out of the way once the safety car's in. He better just careen himself off of the side. But yeah, looks like we'll have about 10... Oh, that's Kimmy. I thought George had also just crashed his car, and I was truly about to lose my mind. I didn't realize we were still trying to get Kimmy's out of the wall, out of the grass. The first safety car was deployed at the 1973 Canadian Grand Prix. Could have used that a little earlier, probably, but... I don't know, safety cars feel pretty important, considering. When I thought Ollie was out, but they were replaying Ocon's cam, yeah. I'm trying. Awesome. Let's watch this little car just move down this little cat crane. Don't let Charles see that. Ooh, those tires are yucky, Oscar. Ooh, stressed. I don't know if that's gonna work. They look evenly destroyed, but... Only time Ollie will be that close to Max's gearbox. Well, 2026 might happen, so you never know. You can't count him out. You guys enjoy seeing my lime green band-aid on my hand, by the way? I think I keep looking over and seeing it, and it's very funny. And also my huge bruise that also came from that same instance of Kirby knocking me the fuck out. I lost that fight. I'll be honest, I lost that fight with Kirby. Let's see. What's interesting happening? They've taken away the timing tower because the timings were wrong on the tower. So, unfortunate for everyone who cared about what was happening. Yeah, Kirby saw one chihuahua walking across the street while I was sitting on our stairs. and yanked me down a set of, like, unfinished concrete stairs. It was over for me. I was out. If I had been standing, I would have won. But I was not standing. I was sitting down, and she dragged my ass across those stairs. That was not good. That was a bad time. We will see what happens on the restart, unfortunately. I'm a little concerned. Yeah. I was a little mad at Kirby that day. Me and Kirby were not besties. Yeah, this would be a great time if I was, like, a duo to have a partner there with me. Ollie has just overtaken the safety car, so now we have just Max and Oscar. So it looks like the safety car is gonna come in pretty quick here. So yeah, Ollie just, like, zoomed past. I was like, "Okay, good for him." Maybe I could get roommate 2.0. No, that'd be gross. It's my stream. I'm the star. Laurent Menkes looks decidedly pretty okay. 400 races for the Red Bull team. Interesting celebration there. Ollie can pass a safety car, best day of his life. I think the best day of his life is gonna be when Kimi Antonelli graduates high school so that they can move to Monaco together like they plan to. 'Cause they're weird. It's only weird because they both have girlfriends. I think that's the only reason it's odd that they are like, "Oh, let's move to Monaco and share an apartment together. Let's move to Monaco together. And not with our girlfriends." Behrman is unfortunately bad. These hosses are not doing good. This is upsetting for them. Everyone is doing their little dance, their little cha-cha to get their wheels ready to go. So we will see. We'll see what happens here. Safety car is ending. Driver of the day votes. We gotta go vote on your driver of the day, guys, as the safety car is ending. We're doing our restart in just a second here. Safety car in this lap. We will see what happens. I am stressed again. Hey, Oscar. Oscar, could you, like, pretty please break Max Verstappen's ankles? That'd be kind of sick, honestly. I'd be really happy if you did that. Oscar gets my vote anyway because he's done incredible overtakes today for the driver of the day. We are about to be stressed as hell, boys. It will not let me vote for Oscar. Incredible. Safety car ending, coming in this lap. We are just a couple of seconds away from the race getting back underway. 10 laps to go. And the restart will stress me the fuck out. Okay. This is gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. Nothing horrific is going to happen at all. Horrific would be Norris passing Oscar. This moment, a green flag. Let us restart the race. And Max is doing a little wiggle, and he is not starting yet. Take the turn. There we go. He has started the race. Let us get back to racing. Boy, we will see. It's going to probably be McLaren fight for the next 10 laps, unfortunately. Unless Oscar, on his tires, can absolutely make his way through. Leclerc is also. Leclerc is taking an attempt on Norris's. position, did not follow through, lost out on that position. Oscar is immediately falling. There's fucking some nitrous. There's some fucking NOS shit in Max's car. I swear to God. There's no fucking way. Sorry, with that Red Bull, I'm calling bullshit. Call me Christian Horner being mad about the McLaren tire cooling. But I'm for sure mad as fuck. Albon and Leclerc are fighting now for their 4th position. Not much of a fight between Norris and Piastri. It's just Piastri losing time on Max Verstappen, which is kind of what I expected based on the Red Bull's performance at this track. It's been kind of incredible, honestly. But Piastri has retaken his 2nd place position. And something horrific happens again. It looks like it's going to be Norris and Leclerc probably fighting for 3rd position alongside Albon. This will be our big question mark position, I would assume. Because Lando is technically within DRS range of Oscar, but I don't. Oh, never fucking mind. Norris and Albon both have safety car infringement notes. So, 5-second stop-go penalty, boys. Get in there. That is really funny. Hello, Yuki. Overtake on Hülkenberg there. Really, really not great. Oh, but Hülkenberg touched the gravel, so he ate rocks and died. Yeah, looks like, depending on what race control says, this might be a Leclerc on podium situation, which would be really fun and nice. I'd be pretty okay with that. But it just depends on what the race control says about that safety car infringement. Hopefully they say it before the end of the race, and they don't do an after race, here's your penalties. That would be upsetting as fuck. Norris is just barely in DRS range for Oscar. I don't like these stewards. These stewards are lax. This is annoying. No further investigation on the safety car infringement. I am a little upset. They are not doing much. Now we are being hustled by Lando Norris. Oscar's going to be fighting here. Oh, now it's the most stressful 6 laps of my life. Let's fucking go, boys. Okay. Norris, stay the fuck away. Max Verstappen setting a fastest lap. He can go have a very lovely time with his new daughter. Looking around the field, Hajar is in DRS range. Sainz might overtake there. Albon is set a fastest first sector. Hamilton's about to overtake George Russell, maybe? No, it looks like he bailed out of that one. Albon within DRS range of Leclerc, still fighting for that 4th position. Bit of a DRS train towards the back behind Tsunoda. But of course, everyone is just interested to watch how this McLaren battle goes. This is very stressful. Oh, Norris, you can just stay back. You don't need to go faster. Oscar can just continue being ahead of you. That would be fantastic. They're both... Lando is catching up on the DRS straights. And then Oscar is taking over. Hamilton has just passed George Russell pretty effectively there. Piastri is, again, losing time. Verstappen has just honestly been kind of incredible this entire race. So we will see. Norris, what the fuck, Max? Yeah, no, he's got like NOS boost in his car or something. I swear to God. Like, there's no fucking way. That Red Bull is not legal. I can't believe it. Unbelievable that that car would be that far ahead. But Norris looks like he's unable to catch Oscar unless he's on the DRS straight. And then Oscar is able to lead ahead of him and run away during the rest of the track, it seems. So we're at least chilling there. Tsunoda in 10th still. Tsunoda has points. Good for Yuki. Hajar about to be in is in DRS range of Sainz, who's in DRS range of Russell, which means a fun little DRS train probably during the straights. We are about to cry. Yeah, 4 seconds after a safety car restart. Pretty stressful. Lando Norris is going to attempt an overtake on Oscar Piastri. We are McLarens and we are fighting. They are in a corner. Lando has taken the corner and overpassed on Piastri. We'll see how long that lasts. Piastri is not going to let that one go. The West. The West. Unhappy. Behrman has overtaken. Where did he come from? Oscar falling away pretty heavily. It is mostly those older tires probably at this point. Falling away out of DRS range, but Lando is not going to be able to catch Max. So, unfortunate. Unfortunate for my boy. What has happened? We will see. We will see. We'll see. There is still about 5 laps left. If you start screaming, you're moving out. I could start screaming. You're upset. I'm also upset, but I have to keep it cool. I'm unbiased. Unbiased commentary here. Yeah, this is upsetting. Oscar has fallen back pretty easily. He was going to put up a fight and then not go through. So he's probably resigned to his 3rd place at this point with his older tires. Not enough time to do a pit stop for that and make up for that time. So we'll take what we can get. He's still in high points range. Still going to be leading the championship after this. Norris is just going to close up the gap a little bit. And Verstappen is going to keep on Norris's tail for the most part. Unless someone breaks their ankles again. You could. I'm not going to stop you. Why am I out of focus? Why am I the thing that's out of focus, huh, camera? Anyway. Yeah, this is maddening for me. And Vdium. What if I just pretend Yuki crashed, huh? What if I just go and scream Yuki no right now? She can hear me. I know she can. She can't go to sleep. We have work in a bit. Yeah, we've nepotism hired Vdium for. Yeah, Oscar tried the undercut early. And everyone got the new boots. Because Ocon's car stopped working. Yeah, so it seems like Oscar has resigned himself to 3rd place, but oh my god, okay, oh Jesus, oh my god, okay. Albon has fallen behind. Hamilton has been like fully kicked out. He was like shoved. He was like physically shoved by Leclerc there. These Ferrari fans are not going to be happy when Charles gets a grid drop penalty for that one. That was kind of crazy. Yeah, so Albon has just fallen his way out of the 4th position place. Leclerc now in 4th. We'll see what happens. We'll see how big of a shove this actually was. Yeah, it was a pretty big shove. Yeah, I also don't think that was fair, but I'm just a little anti-Ferrari sometimes. So I don't think I count. Yeah, we will see what happens with that. Probably nothing based on these stewards and their lax rule following. Yeah, we will see. Yeah, forcing another driver off the track, but it's probably going to be no further investigation. Hamilton has overtaken on Leclerc, probably to help give those places back a little bit, but looks like this is probably going to be where our timing ends up. Doesn't look like anyone's in a real big position to be passing or attempting anything spectacular other than Albon on a Hamilton, which would be interesting, or an Albon on a Leclerc, which would be interesting, but probably not very effective at this point. It is just up to Piastri to keep his tires good for the next 2 laps, essentially. So I'm not fully depressed. nothing horrific happened. He's still getting 15 points, still leading the world drivers, but Norris has closed up his gap a little bit, and it kind of comes down to Monaco next week to really decide. Because Piastri, again, is just the better qualifier of the McLarens this year, it seems. So, based on the fact that Monaco is a qualifying heavy track at this point in modern F1, it'll most certainly be up to Piastri beating Norris in qualifying to keep his place, and then Verstappen beating Norris just to be mean. Yeah, it looks like Hadjar might be trying something on a DRS straight, but who knows? It's Albon trying to overtake on Hamilton that we are watching, or Albon on Leclerc that we are watching. Looks like Albon is perhaps going to do it. He's for sure going to try. He's definitely going to have opportunities next lap as well on the last lap overtake, which would be kind of incredible, honestly, and make a lot of Italians very upset. We will see, though. We will see. The Ferraris have brought it back, though. They were looking very lost this weekend. So having them come out in 4th and 5th is an interesting enough situation. But we will see. We'll see on this last lap. This is really the only last battle we'll have before the end of the race, probably. So he's going to try and catch up. And we have started our last lap of the race. For sure, give back the position. Ugh. Can't believe it. That's upsetting. That's maddening. Oh, that one's under investigation, but the safety car infringements weren't? Upsetting. I have some issue. Because it wasn't even an actual overtake. That was a give the position back. And now Leclerc's going to fight him for it. So now this is the fight. Looks like Albon is going to be winning ahead of Leclerc. Looks like our final times are going to end up most likely as follows. Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, having our podium positions in that order, followed by Hamilton, Albon, Leclerc in 4th, 5th, and 6th. Russell in 7th, Sainz, Hadjar, and Tsunoda 8th, 9th, 10th, rounding off our point finishers. Alonso, Hülkenberg, Gasly, 11th, 12th, and 13th, respectively, followed by Lawson, Stroll, and Colapinto, and then Behrman and Bortoleto finishing off our qualified finishers in 17th and 18th, with Antonelli and Ocon not finishing the race. And Max Verstappen has won the Imola Grand Prix. Congratulations. Because I drank 2 Red Bulls and not just the one. Norris is our 2nd place winner. And our 3rd place is our boy Oscar Piastri, coming over the finish line, still getting 15 points for that Drivers' Championship and still leading the Drivers' Championship. Some good points for the McLaren constructors. And we will see. Of course, I will cue up the correct anthem. I'm going to for sure cue up the correct anthem, Father. Don't worry. Another strong win for Max. Of course. So that is lovely. Simply lovely, in fact. And we are big chilling, I think. We are winning. So good for Max. Good for me, because I didn't want Max to win. I didn't want Lando to win, so I'll take anyone over him. But let's see. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum, bum. Yeah, Max with 25. That'll put him in, still in 3rd with, I have to do math. 114 points. Norris will end up with 132 points, and then Oscar will still be leading the championship with 149 points. So that will be great. We're doing some engraving on something over there. Who knows? Yeah, unfortunately, looks like we still have Yeah, unfortunately, since Lonzo didn't get points, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 non-points finishers. No further action, but we did take action. We did have Leclerc give the place back. He's so annoying. Even when he gets second, he sounds depressed as hell. Ugh. Yeah, Max fucking put some nitrous in his car or something. No other option. Yeah. Let me tell you, Dad, Red Bull's not in the in the contention to my knowledge of that. Red Bull is not in the constructors' viewpoint, really. Yeah, considering the amount of doubles that McLaren has been having. Race winner, Max Verstappen, who was our driver of the day. Good question. We will see how, who's it? Davide doing the interviews, probably? Pretty incredible. Creepy. Yeah, there's not much you can do with these tires. This whole weekend has been a bit of a tire mess. Woo. Incredible test session from Franz Herrmann earlier last week in GT3 cars. Now Verstappen has gone back to winning, and now he has men absolutely smacking his ass, as he is known to. Helmet Marco jump scare. Gross. Gross. Yucky. Yeah, unfortunate for Italians, just in general. Unfortunate Italians. Interesting, interesting indeed. Let's go cool down. Let's get Wade and cool the fuck down. MBS is here, FIA president. Loves talking to Max Verstappen for some dumb reason. I'm fucking real. Hey. Would you like to focus on me, perhaps? Why are you focused on Fernando Alonso? I think I need to work on the focus on this camera. I think that's my big issue with it right now. I think it's on an autofocus mode that I don't enjoy. Let me see what I can figure out here. No, I don't want the creative look. Oh, it's David Coulthard doing the interview. That is interesting, at least. Ferrari pretty good from where they started. That is correct. Ferrari did come back with that one. So they have at least brought it back for them. So that's good for them, at least. But yeah, that was my commentary on the Italian Grand Prix, the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. I don't know the full long name. I'm a fake fan. But yeah, I think we will skip a little bit of the scene because I do have to get ready for work, unfortunately. Lando beat Oscar. Boo. Real. And you know what? Since Father Day is here, I will play the correct national anthem for us all today. We'll take our hats off to Max Verstappen for winning the race somehow. Very wildly. Don't know how he did that. And then, yeah, very happy for him. Oscar is still leading the championship, followed by Lando, then Max. So that is still our main fights for the next upcoming time period. And we will see what happens in Monaco next week. Monaco Grand Prix. We'll see what time that ends up for me, and we'll make a decision right now on if I'll stream that one. I assume like a 3 a.m. race. Another 6 o'clock race? My time? I guess we'll watch Monaco. I'll put on some baby sensory videos during Monaco, don't worry. I won't let you be too bored. But yeah, we'll see that. I will see, based on my availability, I should be good to go for streaming tomorrow as well. We will see what games I come up with within that time period. Yeah, tomorrow, Tuesday and Thursday. That looks to be the times that it will happen. So there you go. Yay, Monaco. Yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. And yeah, I gotta go get ready for work. So I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, rest of your night, rest of your weekend. I hope you all have a fantastic week. I hope we all drink some water, take care of yourselves. You deserve it. I will see you all in the near future. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. I wasn't on the right screen on my Steam Deck. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, my